Good evening, I'm Jessica Lee. Welcome to News on 2. The appointments of the new Johor Executive Council is expected to be finalised by the end of the week. Now, as Menteri Besar Dr. Sarudin Jamal says, around 10 members would be retained while the rest would be replaced. Dr. Sarudin also said that the appointments of the Executive Council need to be done quickly for the benefit of the state's administration.
Memang yang seperti yang saya cakap lah, saya akan memilih exco yang selesa untuk saya bekerja dengan mereka. InsyaAllah lagi beberapa hari lah.
The Johor Menteri Besar said this after launching the Tour de Iskandar event at Dataran Mahkota in Kota Iskandar. Now, only 4 out of 79 students from Sekolah Tuanku Abdul Rahman Star, Ipoh, who had symptoms of fever and cough last Saturday were tested positive for influenza A H1N1. State Health Committee Chairman A. Sivanesan said all the students are in stable condition and the situation is under control. According to Sivanesan, a total of 28 students from the school were quarantined at their dormitories after showing symptoms of influenza-like illness or ILI since Saturday.
We have already informed Kementerian Kesihatan about the situation, and Kementerian Kesihatan will also be coming with a report later today. Okay, so the situation as far as the status quo is concerned, it is not to worry. It's under control.
Sivanesan said this in a press conference at the 14th State Legislative Assembly in Bangunan Perak, Darul Rizwan in Ipoh after a Facebook posting which has gone viral on social media, claiming that 100 students of the school were down with a mystery disease. As of yesterday, a total of 79 students and a teacher are showing the symptoms of influenza-like illness. 2 students were admitted at a private hospital for further treatment and monitoring, while another has been discharged. Johor Police will work together with the International Police in a bid to bring the suspect involved in the toxic waste pollution of Sungai Kim Kim, Pasir Gudang last month to justice. Johor Police Chief Dato' Muhammad Khalil Kadir Mohamad said the necessary documents have already been sent to Interpol to arrest the suspect.
Kita ada seorang lagi warga Singapura yang kita telah pun menghantar documentation yang perlu untuk kita dapatkan dia secara orang kata mengikut lunas-lunas undang-undang lah. Jadi itu sebenarnya ada satu lagi yang kita belum lagi orang kata selesai dalam tindakan kita. Kita dah proses, kita dah buat. Yes, kita akan request. Terus kita punya Interpol.
Prior to this, the 3 suspects involved in the incident were tried in the Sessions Court of Johor Bahru on the 24th of March. One of the accused is a Singaporean man. The Johor State Islamic Affairs Department, or JAINJ, today confirmed the raid and detention of 3 Hizbut Tahrir Malaysia, or HTM members, in a raid conducted on the 6th of April. State Police Chief Commissioner Dato' Muhammad Khalil Kadir Mohamad, who also confirmed the matter, said that the raid was conducted during a seminar entitled Kejatuhan dan Kebangkitan Khalifah Menentang Ancaman Liberalism, held in Johor Bahru.
Kita telah menggerakkan siasatan awal. Lepas tu apabila kita bawa perkara ini ke tengah dan kita bekerjasama dengan pejabat agama, dan hasil daripada itu telah dalam subuhan tersebut mana 48 orang telah dibuat saringan, dan daripada saringan tersebut 3 telah ditahan.
Those arrested were panelists and moderators between the ages of 35 and 51 years old. The case is being investigated under the Sharia Criminal Offences Enactment 1997 for violating the religious authority's fatwa. Preliminary investigations, however, found no information linking the group to any terrorist activities. The Johor Police will also continue to work with JAINJ in combating any group that deviates from the Islamic faith and harms security. The Kedah Police continues to work together with relevant agencies to curb any attempts of entering the country by Rohingya refugees through the state's borders in Bukit Kayu Hitam and Kota Putra Durian Burung. State Police Chief Datuk Zainuddin Yaakob said various steps are being taken to ensure that the borders remain safe and are not invaded by anyone who can threaten national security.
Dia kawalan sempadan ni memang dah sedia ada. Kita ada elemen-elemen kita di sempadan, aksem dan sebagainya. Tapi dari masa ke semasa kita mengumpul maklumat. Kita tak boleh hanya bergantung kepada apabila berlaku kita tangkap.
He said this when commenting on the border control in the state following the entrance of about 40 Rohingyas by sea and land in Sungai Baru, Perlis early this month. Datuk Zainuddin said this at a news conference after a visit to the Sultanah Bahia Hospital in Alor, Kedah today. The search and rescue or SAR operation for missing runner Muhammad Ashraf Hassan, which entered its 26th day today, has been temporarily halted. Perak Police Chief Datuk Razaruddin Hussein said the decision to suspend the search was made on various factors, including failure to obtain new leads by the search and rescue team and the investigation team. Datuk Razaruddin said the team had failed to locate the victim despite using the latest methods and experienced team. He added that the team had so far covered an area measuring 48 square kilometers compared to 35 square kilometers previously. The decision to suspend the search will allow the rescue team to formulate other strategies that could help locate the victim. Muhammad Ashraf, also known as Achab, was one of the participants in a mixed group of 485 runners in the Gopeng Ultra Trail or GUT 2019 in Ipoh, Perak. He failed to make it to the finish line when the event ended at 2 p.m. on the 23rd of March. A man was killed while another suffered serious injuries after the car they were in crashed into a shop at kilometre 15.5 Jalan Kuala Nerang, Padang Sanai near Padang Terap, Kedah at 6:20 a.m. today. Padang Terap District Police Chief DSP Noor Idris said the driver of the car, Muhammad Firdaus Hamid, 34, and his friend Muhammad Zamri Dahlan, 17, were heading to Padang Sanai from Kuala Nerang. It was believed that Muhammad Firdaus had lost control of the car before it crashed into an empty shop on the right side of the road. He died at the scene of the incident from severe injuries to several parts of his body, while his friend Muhammad Zamri also suffered serious injuries. The victim's body was sent to the Kuala Nerang hospital for post-mortem, while the injured victim was sent to the same hospital for treatment. According to DSP Noor, several ketum leaves were found in several black plastic bags and small packages in the back of the car. The case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. 94 illegal immigrants from Indonesia were detained by a Marine Police Region 2 team in separate operations in Mersing and Johor Bahru. All detainees are believed to be smuggled out of the country. Region 2 PPM Commander ACP Paul Q. Konchiang in a statement said that the first operation in Mersing on Monday resulted in the arrest of 82 illegal immigrants and 2 Indonesian nationals believed to be the middlemen. The detainees comprised 57 men, 24 women and a child. Police also seized 3 vehicles during the operation. Meanwhile, during the operation in the Kong Kong waters yesterday, 12 illegal immigrants comprised 9 women and 3 men were detained. In the midst of chasing the boat, a number of illegal immigrants escaped by jumping overboard into the mangrove swamp. The boat and another small boat were seized from the site. All the detainees are being investigated under the Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants Act, ATIPSOM 2007, and Immigration Act 1959-63 Amendment 2002. 4 illegal Vietnamese fishermen between the ages of 27 and 55 were detained by the Kelantan Maritime Agency yesterday. Kelantan MMEA Acting Director Maritime Commander Ismail Hamzah said the boat was detained 56 nautical miles from the Tok Bali estuary at 12:28 p.m. by the Malaysian Maritime Agency during an operation codenamed Op Damai. Commander Ismail said upon inspection, authorities found iron thrusts used to catch gamat or sea cucumbers, although the usage of such tool was banned as it could damage the corals and fish breeding grounds. Authorities also seized a boat, illegal gamat hauls and tools used to collect these gamat worth 65,000 ringgit. The fishermen are being investigated under Section 15, Subsection 1 of the Fisheries Act 1985, which provides a fine of not more than 1 million ringgit for the skipper and not more than 100,000 ringgit for each crew, or 2 years in prison if found guilty upon conviction. 68 motorcycles were destroyed in a fire in Taman Alo Vista, Relau, Georgetown this morning. It is understood that the fire broke out at about 2:50 a.m. near the parking lot of an apartment. A fire and rescue department spokesman said firemen were dispatched to the scene and at least 68 motorcycles were destroyed. About 15 officers and personnel were involved in putting out the fire. Speaking to reporters, he said that 40 of the motorcycles were 100% burned and the rest were 50% burned, adding that a total of 4 cars were damaged by the flames. No injuries were reported. Fire was eventually put out at 3:34 a.m. and all operations ceased at 4 a.m. An investigation is being carried out to ascertain the cause of the fire and losses incurred. Meanwhile, Timor Laut Police Chief ACP Che Zamaini Che Awang confirmed the incident when contacted. A Post-Incident Service Centre, or PSPI, has been opened to obtain more information from the owners of the vehicles. The government will extend the project Ladang Rakyat to Perak once it is rebranded as the Ladang Harapan scheme. Perak Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Ahmad Faizal Azumu said the concept introduced by the Agricultural Development Corporation of Perak is slightly different compared to the current scheme. Speaking in today's Perak Assembly sitting, Datuk Seri Ahmad Faizal said the membership for the newly rebranded scheme Ladang Harapan will also involve corporations or registered associations in state and not individuals alone.
Sebagai salah satu usaha mendaya upayakan rakyat, kerajaan negeri mengenal pasti ladang sosial sebagai salah satu pilihan untuk meningkatkan pendapatan rakyat dengan mewujudkan peluang perniagaan dan pekerjaan. Ini adalah pendekatan jangka masa panjang untuk membela nasib rakyat selain daripada bantuan sara hidup. A 40 ringgit electricity bill rebate program has also been introduced to replace the 20 ringgit rebate program implemented in 2008. The aim is to finance monthly electricity bills of up to 40 ringgit for the registered hardcore and poor families endorsed in the e-Kasih system. The state government on 18th of March also approved a free 25 cubic meter water grant to ease the cost of living. The Perak government recorded a total of 1.886 billion ringgit worth in investments in manufacturing last year. Perak Investment and Corridor Development Committee Chairman Datuk Seri Muhammad Nizar Jamaluddin told the State Assembly today that investments into the state increased about 1.144 billion ringgit after Pakatan Harapan took over the state administration last May after the 14th general election. Datuk Seri Muhammad Nizar said the increase in the investment proves that investors are confident with the new government. Daripada keseluruhan jumlah pelaburan yang diluluskan pada tahun 2018, sebanyak 949 juta merupakan pelaburan tempatan daripada tempatan, domestik. Dan baki RM937 juta adalah pelaburan langsung ataupun FDI daripada negeri Jepun, daripada Taiwan dan daripada China.
The Sungai Rapat Assemblyman said that the industry based on rubber products recorded the highest investments with a total of 972 million ringgit, followed by palm methyl ester products with a total of 253 million ringgit, and non-metallic minerals-based industry with a total of 180 million ringgit. He also said that the state has sanctioned 384 million ringgit in investments for the service sector last year. Let's start off with local football. 2015 FA Cup winners Kedah marched into the last 8 after beating PJ City FC 2-0 at the Darul Aman Stadium last night. Kedah took an early second-minute lead through Brazilian import Renan da Silva Alves, much to the delight of the home crowd. The hosts nearly doubled their lead in the 25th minute, but Jonathan Baumann failed to secure the much-needed advantage. It remained 1-0 in favour of Kedah coming into the interval. National skipper Muhammad Zakwan Adha Abdul Razak eventually doubled the score to confirm the Red Eagles' place in the quarter-finals. And that's it from us this evening. In our top story, new Johor Exco lineup expected within the week. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee. Stay tuned to TV2 and have a pleasant evening.